Hello students, welcome again in a new session, and in the last session we were discussing about individual behavior, and we could understand what is individual, environment, organization, and how individual has impact on environment and organization, and how organization and environment can have impact on individual, and how individuals behavior can support in the attainment of organizational goals. We could discuss and we could understand that. And before I start the new topic, interpersonal behavior, let me talk about models of man. A man has different models. The number one is rational economic man, socio-cultural man, organizational man, the self-actuating man, and the complex man. The rational economic man is a man who is involved in earning of livelihood, or when a person is involved in the economic activity for self, family, or nation, that person is a rational economic man. And second is the socio-cultural man. Socio-cultural man is the man in the personal life while interacting with the family, with the community, with the society, with the culture, and with the people. That man is a social cultural man. And the third is the organizational man, a person working in the organization, maybe for the economic or socio-cultural or any kind of activity working in the organization is an organizational man. Each and every man's position, job makes him different and unique organizational man. And the next type is the self-actuating man. Self-actuating man means what kind of potential, capability, ability, innate innate ability individual has got, and how that potential can be groomed into talent, and how talent can be made competency, and how competency can reach to the level of proficiency. Means for what I am here in this world, and whether I could actualize self actualization, what myself is, understanding and recognizing and identifying that, and then grooming and developing it to the maximum level is the self actualization. We can understand it with the help of an example. We can take example of Sachin Tendulkar. Sachin Tendulkar's potential, his inherited quality was playing cricket as a batsman, and he groomed and developed that, and as a result of that he could actualized himself. Himself means his self to the extreme level. So, when an individual is identifying the potential and developing it to the maximum level, that is a self actualizing man. And the next is a complex man. Complex man is combination of all that. An individual has to act as a rational economic man, a socio-cultural man, an organizational man, and a self-actuating man, and a combination of all that is a complex man. So, why we need to understand that? In life, it is not only the economic, it is not only the organizational activity, it is not only the professional activities. A man is a combination of various kind of models, and this is a holistic model. If man is not holistically developed, if a person will not understand his holistic aspects, it will have impact on the organization. So, these elements will support us in understanding the interpersonal behavior. Now, in the last session we understood the individual behavior. Now, we will try to understand the interpersonal behavior. In the last session I told you, when we are trying to understand the behavior of individual, it is psychology. When we are trying to understand the behavior of group, this is sociology. Now, there can be sociological psychology as well as there can be psychological sociology. Sociological psychology is when individual's behavior is understood while interacting in the group, and psychological sociology is when individual's behavior is understood in the group. So, this is outcome of interpersonal behavior. Without interpersonal behavior, individual behavior, when individual, it is very difficult to segregate the individual behavior. Individual behavior is always for interpersonal behavior. When it is observable, it means it is interpersonal in nature. So, interpersonal behavior is set of actions and reactions practiced by people while relating and interacting with each other. When two or more than two people are acting and reacting for relating and interacting with each other in respect of their personal life activities, organizational activities, it is interpersonal behavior. And this interpersonal behavior can exist among different domains, situation, circumstances and activities, and the life is a kind of interpersonal behavior. And simply interpersonal behavior is the way people interact with each other among different settings of life. Characteristic of interpersonal behavior. Why we need to understand interpersonal behavior? As I told you that individual behavior, we can guide and direct the individual behavior, we can synchronize and align the individual behavior for the organizational goal attainment. Similarly, what kind of interpersonal behavior is appropriate for the attainment of organizational goal? In the aviation industry, in the health industry, in the production center, the interpersonal behaviors are typically different. So, we need to understand the characteristic of interpersonal behavior, and among them very first is the interpersonal behavior is the behavior and actions that are present in human relationships. Without relationships, even when somebody is interacting for the first time with an stranger, the initiation of interpersonal behavior or interpersonal interaction itself will be the initiation of a relation and through the rapport. So, the interpersonal behavior always exists among the relationships. Second characteristic is the way in which people communicate, and all that this entails is considered interpersonal behavior. Interpersonal behavior will not exist without communication, and communication means both the verbal and non-verbal, may be action oriented and non-action oriented. Your boss is coming in your department, standing there, not speaking anything, that itself will communicate, and that itself is a interpersonal kind of behavior or interaction. So, for the existence of interpersonal behavior, communication is one of mandatory or significant element. Next one is interpersonal behavior may include both verbal and non-verbal communication. Already I told you, it may include the verbal or non-verbal. What kind of facial expression, what kind of gesture, what kind of movements, what kind of body state, everything will come in the non-verbal communication. What type of sounds, cues, signs, symbols, all that will be included into the non-verbal communication. Verbal interpersonal behavior consists of both oral and written, that is also. So, next characteristic is the interpersonal behavior is will come under the domain of social sciences, and it examines the way people interact with one another. The next characteristic is interpersonal behavior involves interaction which takes place between two or more persons. It is always a group behavior. Interpersonal behavior is a group behavior. If it is individual, then it can be intrapersonal. Sometimes we go for intrapersonal communication. An individual has two choice. He has two alternatives: to go to attend the marriage of friend as well as to go and play cricket. Then there will be intrapersonal communication, whether to go for playing the cricket match or to go to attend the marriage party, that is intrapersonal. But for interpersonal behavior, there is need of two or more than two people, otherwise it will not be the interpersonal behavior. Next is interpersonal behavior represents a strong association among individuals. Yes, the interpersonal behavior is reason for association. Without interpersonal behavior, any kind of association is not possible. Next is every employee should participate in a healthy interpersonal behavior. That is one of the now, what are various skills for interpersonal behavior? There is need of three type of skills. The first one is the conceptual skill, second one is the technical skill, and third one is the interpersonal skills. So, among the interpersonal skills, the basic skills are the verbal communication. Different situations, different circumstances, different area of works, activities need different kind of communication. If someone has to attend a morning assembly, if someone has to attend a marriage, if someone has to attend a very serious matter or a very serious meeting for development of organization, or someone has to attend the Deepavali festival planned to be organized by the organization. So, there is need of different kind of interpersonal skills among them. The first one is the verbal communication and second one is the non-verbal communication. And yes, interpersonal communication or interpersonal behavior involves listening also. What type of listening individuals have? Sometimes it is better to listen than to speak. Those who are very good on the part of listening, their effectiveness in organization, their interpersonal behavior and interpersonal interaction will be much better than the people those who are fond of speaking a lot. The next is negotiation. The interpersonal behavior also involves the interpersonal also involves the negotiation skills. How effectively someone can negotiate for his or her personal rights, family rights, organizational rights or community rights. So, the negotiation is also one of the factor of effective interpersonal behavior. The next is problem solving. How effective someone is in solving the problems. The problem solving will really improve the interpersonal behavior, effective interpersonal behavior. The next one is decision making. In this world, it is not possible to execute any activity without taking a decision. So, if someone has very good skill of decision taking, that will really impact the interpersonal behavior. And the next one is assertiveness. Assertiveness means it is not saying yes to everything. Assertiveness means being that what you are, what should be communicated, what should be executed, understanding that appropriately and doing that only is the assertiveness. Most of the time people misunderstood the assertiveness. They take meaning that saying yes to everything. If there is need to say no, then say no, but check and examine first whether really you can do that or not. If you can do that, then the assertiveness is to say yes. If you cannot, it is beyond your limit, then yes, of course, you must say no. So, when you are expressing no, even at that time you are assertive. Now, there are different theories of interpersonal behavior, and that theory, the very first, is proposed by Carl Rogers in 1950s, and according to this theory, individuals have different needs and expectations and drive their behavior. Every individual is different and unique, and being different and unique, every individual's choices, desires, expectations, and all these things will be different, and because of these differences, each and every one's interpersonal behavior will be different, the social interactions will be different. So, these differences will drive the individual in a different directions. This can be understood very easily with the help of one example. Organization has got number of stakeholders. The first stakeholder is owner of the organization, second stakeholder are the employees, third stakeholder are the financiers, fourth stakeholder are the customers, fifth stakeholder is the community, sixth stakeholder is the government. All these are different stakeholders, and all these stakeholders are consist of individuals, and each and every individual has different choice, different interest, and different goals and objectives, and as a result of that, they shall be creating different kind of forces of their interest in the organization, and these interests will drive the organization, but the appropriate appropriate interpersonal behavior is a regularized, standardized, synchronized behavior, which will push the organization in the direction of attainment of goal. The theory of interpersonal behavior emphasizes that individual has a need for positive self regard, and they strive to maintain positive self concept. Next, one of the key strength of theory of interpersonal behavior is its ability to explain the dynamics of human interaction. As I told you that each individual is different and unique, and because of that difference and uniqueness, the interests are different, and interests are the driving force, and these driving force creates a dynamism in the organization, and as a result of this dynamism, the human interactions and relationships develops. The theory of interpersonal behavior can be applied among various settings, including counseling, therapy, education, and organizational behavior, so that organization can be driven in the direction of maximum productivity, effectiveness, and efficiency. So, interpersonal behavior represents a strong association among individuals. It is for creating and generating a strong association, and this association is to manage the maximum productivity, effectiveness, and efficiency, and lastly to drive the organization in the direction of attainment of goal. And for interpersonal behavior, experts have developed different tools. Among them, one of the tool is Johari window. The Johari window is a communication model that is used to improve understanding between individuals. As much as understanding, association, appropriateness among interpersonal behavior and relationships we will generate in an organization, people interact and relate with each other for accomplishment of their job. It is not possible for anyone to accomplish the job in isolation, in segregation. The team working is mandatory. So, whenever there is team working, there is need for interpersonal working, and as a result of that, we need to understand this model of Johari window. The word Johari is taken because this model is developed by Joseph Left and Harry Ingham, and the two initial letters of Joseph and Harry were taken, and as a result of this model could become Johari window, and it was given in 1955. And the basic thrust of this model is that one can build trust with others by disclosing information about yourself. If someone shares about himself with others, then a trust can be built up, and this trust will help in creation of association, and this association will create strength in the team, and that strength of the team will push the organization in the direction of attainment of organizational goal. And the second proposition of that is, with the help of Johari window, feedback from others, one can learn about yourself and come to term with personal issues. So, this is second part. Now, how this Johari window came into existence? For ensuring the group effectiveness. Basically, Johari window is for the group effectiveness, and group effectiveness is possible when people are interacting with each other, and if this interaction is trust based, only then the association will be positive for accomplishment of organizational goal. Otherwise, the interest of people will pull and push the team and organization in among different directions. So, the Johari window model is convenient method used to achieve the objective of effectiveness and personal attainment. Basically, there are certain main goals of Johari window, and those goals are by building trust with others through sharing information. Already we have discussed sharing information. If you are sharing about yourself with your team members, and your team members are sharing information about themselves with you, then that will help to build up the trust, and those informations may be your personal informations and your work related informations. Second element in that is improving your own self awareness. By sharing with others, and by knowing others, and by knowing others' point of view about yourself, is a process of improving your own self awareness by discovering what other people think about you, what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses. It is not possible for individuals. It is not possible for individuals to know everything about themselves from their knowledge only. When you interact with people, people talk about your strength, your weaknesses, your way of communication, your characteristics, your traits and everything, and that helps you to understand yourself in a better way. Similarly, when you are commenting, when you are sharing information about others, they come to know about themselves, and knowing of individual and group enhances, and that helps in building the trust. And the next is improving communication and team interpersonal relationships. This implementation of Johari window helps in improving the communication, because this model emphasizes that communicate, share means communicate. Johari window model also used to enhance the individual's perception, expansion of perception. What is my perception about my colleague? But when I will start interacting with him, my perception will expand, that will increase. And Johari window model, each person is represented by the model through 4 quadrants, and those quadrants are known to self, not known to self, and known to others, and not known to others, and these 4 quadrants are open area, a combination of known to others and known to self, known to others and known to self. That area of model is open area. The area not known to others, but not known to self, but known to others, that is blind spot, and not known to others and known to self, that is hidden area, and not known to others and not known to self, that is unknown area. Let us try to understand all these 4 areas. The open area is known to others, the area of this model, or you can take your example, the various areas about which others know about you as well as you know about yourself. You have a very good artistic capability, people know about you as well as you know about yourself, that is your open area. So, whatever different such informations which you are knowing as well as others know about you, that is your open area. Second is blind spot. Blind spot is the area known to others, not known to self. This is the area. Blind area is blind for you. People know about you, but you do not know about it. And if they will share with you, your open area will increase. And as much as open area will increase, you will knowing more about you will help you to function more effectively. Then third area is the hidden area. Hidden area is the area not known to others as well as known to self. This is the area which is known to yourself, but not known to others. Your singing quality when you are singing in the bathroom is known to you, but not known to others. When you will share it with us, people will motivate to sing openly, and that will enhance your open area. Last one is unknown, the certain characteristic, trait and information regarding you which is not known to you as well as not known to others, that area is unknown. So, if this open area, if we expand the open area by covering the blind spot, hidden area and unknown area, you will know more about you. As much as you will know about you, your performance, your interaction, your personal behavior will expand. So, these are the 4 different areas, and this window is applicable among, suppose you know very small about yourself and others also know very small, your open area is very small, and that will really hamper your capabilities, competencies. And you know very less about you, and people know a lot about yourself, that is your blind area. So, already I told you that these areas can be expanded, and for what are prerequisites for use of this Johari window in organization? Cultivate open communication, interact with people, communicate with people. Next one is active listening, listen to the people, what they talk about yourself, then take feedback from the people. And what are different uses in the organizational setup of Johari window? It benefits to know your strength, weakness and behavior. It helps to improve your communication. It develop the team strength. It build up the trust. These are some of the uses of Johari window, and all these uses will help the organization to attain its organization goals. So, here we are closing this session. Thank you for the patient listening. In the next topic, in the next session, we will take a new topic. Thank you very much.